5 minutes on the clock. NFL news. Boom.
All right, in the first part of Infinite News, we're gonna get into Dez Bryant and Antonio Brown, and I want to highlight who will be a better fit for the teams that are currently on. Now, let's just go through a few things about Antonio Brown. So Antonio, to me, is in the prime of his career, but the coach has already said that if he messes up one time, he's out. He's gone. He's gone. So Coach Aaron's is like, if you mess up, you do something you ain't supposed to do, you're out. You're gone. And then at practice the other day, I think it was today he looked in shape and ready to play next week. They said he looked real good, real good. So he's in the prime of his career. He's in shape. He's ready to go, and he's legit number one wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Bucks. And the Tampa Bay Bucks got three number one wide receivers out there, and it's going to be crazy who gets touches, especially with Tom Brady at quarterback. The only thing that's looking at him in the eye that is a bad thing is those allegations that are against him. He did a few things with some women that he wasn't supposed to. It's allegations because it's still processing. They don't know exactly is he going to get convicted for doing those things. But my thing is, did Tampa Bay Bucks make the right move? And also, did Tampa Bay choose winning over female fans? I mean, for me, I feel like they did to a certain extent, especially with him being a Florida resident and him being so close to Tampa, living wise. I feel like they chose winning over the female fans itself. But I mean, that's an incredible talent, and you just can't keep him out there on the market because somebody's going to pick him up. Then we look at Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant's been out of the league since 2017. He's been training to make a comeback ever since, but it was out of shape to begin the season. He worked out for the Ravens early in the year, but you can clearly see now that he's slimmed down and looks faster getting in and out of his routes. On Twitter, he was very excited to get this opportunity. He stated he couldn't stop crying. But Bryant is coming in. He's coming on the practice squad. And I feel like he can come in and do what the team asks of him and utilize his big body to put him in a position to catch balls on goal line situations. I feel like he can be a better fit than Antonio Brown because I feel like he wants to be there. He wants to prove that he can still play the wide receiver position. I'm not saying he's a better player, but he might be a better fit because you don't know what you're going to get out of Antonio Brown because from day to day, I don't know if his head's right. That's all I'm gonna say about him. But I think he redeems himself with the Bucks. But I think that Dez Bryant becomes a better fit. Now, in the next part of NFL news, Tua is going to make his start on Sunday. But did Miami make the right move? Man, let's go through Fitzpatrick stats, man. Fitzpatrick was 3 for 3 record wise. He had a 69% completion rate, 994 passing yards with 4 touchdowns and 5 picks, and he had a QBR rating of 83.5, which is above league average. Fitz was very shocked, man. He was very shocked at the news, and it was heartbroken knowing he did everything he could do to put Miami in a position to make playoffs. I personally would have stayed with Fitz, but after spending the fifth pick on the quarterback, you got to see what the kid has, man. You really do, especially with him being healthy. I think he starts out slow and picks up steam as the season goes along. He doesn't have a great matchup this week in the Rams. They're coming to town with a hungry defense that just came off a victory where they didn't give Nick Foles any time to throw the ball. I mean, I predict that Tua throws for 250 yards with 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Miami ultimately loses this game, but he gains a lot of experience and gets better and better each week. I'm gonna give him like 2 or 3 weeks to get his feet under him because the NFL is fast paced, and they say when you get into the NFL that it takes you at least half a season to catch up with that speed, and especially at quarterback when you getting you collecting all this knowledge about what the defense is doing, what they're showing you, and then what you can do to make your offense go. It's going to be a little bit before he gets things slowing down so he can see stuff happening. And the offense itself for the first couple weeks is going to be designed for him to get the ball out of his hands, get to the first 2 reads, and then go from there. But I feel like Tua's going to be a big pick. He's a big pick for them, and I feel like they may still get to the playoffs. But it's a hard decision, thinking that they made the right decision. But who knows? We'll see in the next couple weeks.
Boom.
But let's get into our power rankings, man. And I'm gonna try to knock this out in the next 25 seconds, man. At number 5, I got the Bucks. They just keep winning after demolishing the Raiders. Tom Brady is cruising. Looking for the Bucks to rise up in the rankings, especially with the addition of Antonio Brown. And then before we got Seattle. Seattle suffered a devastating loss to Arizona, and Russell threw 3 picks. but Seattle's still on top of it. It's still one of the top teams in the NFL right now, and they didn't drop out of my top five. The Ravens come off a bye; they're number three, and they've just been a factor because Seattle lost,
Hmm.
rising them up to number three. Number two, the Chiefs proved they can win without Mahomes having a dominant performance with the help of the defense and the run game. The Chiefs demolished Denver even in bad weather. And then at number one, we got the Steelers. They're the only undefeated team. They looked great against Tennessee for three quarters. They may have laid an egg in the fourth quarter, though, but they still came out with the victory and both proved and they have proven that they have a ton of weapons on both sides of the ball. And that's my NFL news for this portion of the show.